Okay guys, so here's today's project. We're working on another homemade copper wire stripper. The other day I found this in my toolbox. This is for part of a flaring tool kit. Once I got looking at it, I thought, hey, this would be great for a wire stripper. So what you do is just clamp a razor knife blade in it to the right size. You know, it'll take a couple tries to get it set up to the right size that you need. I have it set in the 3/16 hole because that's about the size of the normal size of the wire that I get right there. Let's see, I'll set these up on a tripod here and we'll give her a shot. Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to work on camera here, but we're going to give her a try anyways. As you can see, there's the hole there that I'm going to be feeding my wire through. Just push it through. You can already feel it starting to cut. Give it a pull on this side. Okay, set that down. And then what I'm going to do, this is a difficult part because I have such fat fingers, is getting it started. But if you have that problem too, just grab a pair of these wire strippers. Oops. Find the right hole. There. Pull that tip off. And just keep pulling. There you go. Now your copper wire just went from $1 a pound to $3 a pound. Pull it up in a nice little ball. There. So yeah, that's oops. Fix this here. It's another way of doing your copper wire stripper, homemade wire stripper. Now what I'm going to do is I have a vise here someplace I'm going to mount to my workbench where it's supposed to be instead of on the floor. And then just clamp that in the vise and away you go. Once you get the blade set perfectly the way you want it in there, it just goes so simple. Like you've seen that piece there, it kind of splintered the copper a bit because I don't have the blade completely set. But that's a way of taking a useless tool, because I do not have the flare ends for it, or the things for flaring wire, or flaring wire, flaring copper tubing or brake line or gas line, what have you. So I just turn it into something you can use. They actually have copper wire strippers that are built along the same lines as this, so that's where I got the idea from. And I wanted to try it, and yeah, we were talking to some guys in the Google Hangout last night. We were talking about copper wire strippers, and I figured this would be a good as time as any is to give it a shot. Seems to work good. So anyways, I'm going to strip some more copper wire here and see how it goes. Okay, so once you get a rhythm going, you can get a good amount of copper done a lot quicker than you can by just using a pocket knife in your hands, that's for sure. That didn't take me long at all to do all that. So we'll just add it with the rest of the pile here. This is my copper hoard that I'm saving. Right now, number 1 copper is up to $3.14 a pound here, so of course this isn't all number 1. Number 1 is what they call Millberry or Bear Bright, which is usually like the single strand copper wire like that. That's about $3.14 a pound. This stuff is about $2.90 a pound. So we just keep saving up the copper wire because that's the easiest stuff to save without taking up too much room when it comes to scrap metal. And save it up. I'd like to get at least 100, maybe 200 pounds before I take my copper in. So anyways guys, that's my third homemade copper wire stripper idea. The other two, well, The first one I did on the sawhorse, that worked okay, but the second one I did with the hole in the 2x4 and a drywall screw, that didn't work. But this one works pretty good. It'll work a lot better once I get my vise mounted and I could mount this thing solid. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of the video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff.